Okay, all right. So my name is Melissa Street, and I'm zooming in from Dallas, Texas. And formerly, I was a property and casualty insurance agent in Los Angeles, where I'm originally from. And about 13 years ago, a good friend of mine had called me up one day and just asked me if I was open to another stream of income that can complement what I was already doing. See, I didn't want to take my focus away from building my book of business with insurance. But I was always open to, hey, if there's another way we can generate more revenue into the business, I'm all ears, right? And so I sat through a really similar presentation that you're about to hear 13 years ago. And here's a couple of things that stood out to me that hopefully will stand out to you is number one, it's a business that is like a tool added to the tool belt. Think of it as that way. Number two, a value add for your client. Number three, I know we have a lot of real estate professionals on here. Imagine continuously getting paid after each transaction is done. We like the sound of that, right? What if there was a reoccurring revenue? And then also the fact that there's a lot of support if this is a good fit for you and you see a business opportunity for yourself. And so my encouragement is just to have an open mind. It's probably going to be about 20 to 25 minutes of information. And at the very end, if you have questions, that's fair. That's why we're going to create some breakout rooms, get you reconnected with whoever invited you on here. So I want to introduce our speaker. He's my business partner and my husband, in all fairness. So I'm going to say he's amazing. But in genuinely, he's been building this business model for almost 20 years. So obviously, he comes with 2 decades of experience. He's been working with insurance, financial, real estate professionals, business owners, 1099 contractors like you over the last 2 decades. And so he's been featured in Success from Home magazine and just a recognized speaker on platforms and stages. And so I'm excited for you guys to get this information from him. Help me welcome Senior Vice President, Mr. Jeff Street.
Well, Melissa, thank you so much. Let's all give Melissa a virtual round of applause for getting us started today. And I love the connections that are already being made. And, we believe in knowing your ABCs, which is not always be closing, it's always be connecting. And how many screw your network determines your net worth. And so I love the fact that we've got amazing professionals from all over the country on the call today. I would strongly encourage you, drop your contact information in the chat. And if you see somebody on the call that you believe that you could do business with, that you could network with, we strongly encourage that in this community. But I get a chance to talk to you today about one of my favorite things to talk about, which is residual income. How many of us just like the concept of reoccurring revenue? And I think that now more than ever, we need to look at multiple streams of income. I was talking to a high-level real estate coach yesterday who recently joined our team, and what he said to me word for word, he said, "Listen, with transactions and compensation being compressed over the immediate future, there's really two options. One, work a lot harder, or two, diversify and find ways to create other streams of income through the work that we're already doing." And that's what I get a chance to really talk to you about today. For many of you, what I'm going to talk about is going to be found revenue for you. And what I mean by that is many of you are already making these referrals and connections to some of the vendors that we're going to talk about today anyway. But I'm going to talk to you about how to turn those referrals into revenue, but not just any kind of revenue, residual income revenue, while at the same time really being able to add value to your clients. I think differentiation in today's time is something that, is a word or words that really stand out, because how can we add additional customer services? How can we set ourselves apart? How can we do things for our clients that let us stand out that maybe others in our same industry are not doing? So let me talk to you guys about the company I've been with now for 19 and a half years, where we've been able to go out and really take this model and really be able to bring it to folks that are in your world in the real estate, insurance, and financial professional space. So the company we represent, ACN, has been in business for 32 years now. And over the last 32 years, they've done billions of dollars in revenue, helping millions of people throughout the United States and Canada get connected to and save money on essential services. Now, the services that we represent, both residential and business, are services that many of you, again, are already referring your clients on a regular basis anyway. Some of you even have a sheet of paper that you hand out at closing to your clients, telling them, here's who you call for internet. Here's who you call to get your electric turned on. Here's who you call for home security. Well, imagine instead of giving that sheet of paper, you had a digital link, an online concierge type service where you could just send a link to the client. It was branded to you. They could shop for services on that link, get their installation scheduled, and imagine getting paid a reoccurring revenue every time that they paid for those services. Some of you are probably thinking right now, well, I've been doing transactions for a long time. I've been recommending some of these services for a long time. And many of you are not getting that reoccurring revenue on those referrals that you created to these vendors. Now, what type of industries am I talking about? Wireless, where we work with Spectrum and T-Mobile. High-speed internet and television with AT&T Fiber, Spectrum, DirecTV. Also, natural gas and electricity. We work with NRG out of Houston. So, for all the 18 deregulated gas and electricity markets in our country, not only can we help a client get their gas and electricity started, we can also reach out to previous clients and look to see if we can help them save money on these services. Who agree multiple touch points is something that's incredibly important in our industries. Also, healthcare, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Home security and automation with Vivint Smart Home Security. Many of you probably get solicited by the ADT rep. Hey, listen, if you can refer me your client and they get an AD security system, I'll give you a $100 gift card. Look, imagine instead of just getting that $100 gift card, what if you could get paid up front? But what if you could get paid every single month that they had their service? The average smart home security customer is on the service for 10 and a half years. How many would rather have a 10 and a half year residual than just a one-time upfront payment? Now, on top of that, we offer credit card processing where we help new business owners get set up as a merchant. We help existing business owners save money on their credit card processing fees. We have a great discount travel club for people like myself that like to travel. We offer identity theft protection insurance where we've got a product called ID Seal. It's like LifeLock, Norton Antivirus, and Credit Karma all wrapped up into one, and it's 20% less than LifeLock. We do ADP payroll processing where anybody that gets ADP set up through our platform gets it at a 40% discount, and also intermediate cloud-based business phone service. Now, if you look at this big buffet of services, I think we'd all agree these are some of the biggest and fastest growing industries in the world. Industries that are not affected by the economy. And my mentor told me 19 years ago, he said, Jeff, find something you like, make it your hobby, find something the masses can't live without, and make it your business. And that's why when I saw this 19 years ago, I got excited about the idea because I realized whether I did this or not, I was going to pay these bills for the rest of my life. How about you? Now, if you think about the two things we do, number one, help people save money on bills that they're already paying. And number two is connect people to services they might need that they don't have yet. Now, the other service I want to talk about is something that can be a game changer for each and every one of us. It was for me, it's called impact health sharing. And I'm a big believer that if you're self-employed or if you own your own business here in America, one of the biggest pain points in being an entrepreneur in today's time is the high cost of health insurance. It's unaffordable for so many people. And over the next 6 months, we're going to see people that currently have their health care subsidized. We're going to see those subsidized, unfortunately, go away for millions of Americans. We're going to see people that are on Obamacare and people that are on marketplace health insurance, unfortunately, have their price go up upwards of 75% in some cases for something that's already unaffordable for so many people. I heard a statistic just a few months ago that less than 30% of real estate professionals have any kind of healthcare coverage. And I don't think it's that anybody wants to play Russian roulette with their life. It's just the cost is so high for so many people. But impact health sharing is a not-for-profit, decentralized alternative approach to the high cost of health insurance. We help individuals, families, and small businesses save 30 to 50, sometimes 70% on their healthcare costs. For my wife and I, we save thousands and thousands of dollars a year on our healthcare personally. And if you're an Impact member on the call, if you could drop in the chat, how much money did Impact save you annually for you or for your family? With Impact, there's no network restrictions. Our members can go to any doctor they want anywhere in the country. They never have to pay an out-of-network penalty fee. And we also have something called the health and wellness credit. And I love this because they incentivize their members to be proactive about their health. And here's what I mean by that. Any member that spends at least $150 a month on their health and wellness, whether that's gym memberships, vitamins, supplements, acupuncture, holistic wellness, healthy meal plans, anything like that, IV drip therapy, you get a $150 credit every single month to offset your family's deductible. And I believe this is the future of healthcare, a company that's incentivizing people to be healthy. Now, these are the services that we offer today, and these are massive industries. But we have two additional services that we're rolling out by the end of the year. One is fintech, the online banking world, and the second is home and auto insurance. Now, I live in Highland Village, Texas, which is northwest Dallas, and I don't know what it's like where you live, but I can tell you where we live here in Highland Village, our home and auto insurance rates have been skyrocketing. And imagine a platform that was like a Geico type platform, no brick and mortar, strictly online so it can drive the price down. Imagine being able to send a little link to a client where they could put in their information and they can get a quote on their home and auto. No PNC license required on your part. We're strictly just a referral partner. How many of us know some people right now that would at least be open to a quote? We're going to be rolling this out later on this year, and I believe this will be a game changer for so many people. But the reason we can do what we do is we don't advertise. What makes us different is relationship marketing. We use independent business owners just like you and I to have our own website, our own online store where we can create more options for customers and a business opportunity for people just like us. Now, here's how we make money doing this. Number one is bonuses. Every month, ASAN will pay somebody a bonus based on the amount of services that get set up through their website. And a service is not a person, it's a bill. Let's say one client is moving into a property and they want internet, home security, and television. Well, that's three services, even though it's one client. Maybe a small business has 10 employees, they want healthcare. That's 10 services, even though it's one business. So the services can add up really quickly, and so can these bonuses. So any month that somebody connects five services, they make a $200 bonus plus an additional $200 for every three services afterwards, and there's no limit to it. But here's why I got started 19 years ago, residual income. We talked about it at the beginning of the call, reoccurring revenue. Look, my background is not in real estate. My background was as a small business owner. I used to own a bunch of retail cell phone stores. Anybody remember these guys? Nextel, the walkie-talkie phone, the Direct Connect. Yeah, this is what I used to do. I had five stores, had dozens of employees, and some months my employees and we would sell hundreds of phones. And we would make a really great one-time commission that month, but the next month we had to start over again from scratch. Now, Nextel, they kept getting paid on my customers' bills every single month. For me, it was one and done. My residual income was a big fat zero. Can anybody relate? And that's why this part really stood out to me, where ASAN will pay you up to 20% of the commissionable revenue of a customer's bill month after month, year after year, for the life of them being a customer. And think about it. How long do people pay these bills for? Forever, right? You can pay off your home, you could pay off your car, who degree, you could never pay off your electric bill. You can never pay off your homeowner's insurance. I have customers that signed up on my website one time 19 years ago that are still paying their bill today, and I've earned a percentage every month for 19 years based on that one-time conversation. Many of us have been in these industries for many years. Imagine if today you were still getting paid a residual on all these bills that you've referred to your clients. How many of us would worry less about what the interest rates were right now? How many of us would be less concerned with how many listings there are in comparison to how many buyers there are in the market right now? Residual income is something that can really go out and help all of us, insulates ourselves from the ups and downs of the marketplace. Now, some of you will stop right here. Some of you will just want to use this as a tool in your toolbox, add value to the clients, make that move and experience easier, like Melissa talked about, and create that reoccurring revenue for yourself long after the transaction's over. But I know there's other people on the call like myself where you're a connector, you're a networker, and you're already asking yourself, would I benefit by introducing this concept to other people as well? And the answer is yes. We have a network marketing component to what we do, similar to EXP with their revenue share plan, or KW with profit sharing, or Real Brokerage with their business model. You can introduce others to this concept as well. And anybody that gets started and joins your team, as they go out and acquire customers, ACN will pay you a 4% overriding residual income on all the customers gathered by the representatives in your team. And there's no limit to the amount of people that can join your team, and there's no limit to the amount of customers your team can acquire. Now, speaking of customers, let me show you the platform that you get and what somebody would need to do just to enroll themselves, with these services. And so first off, let's talk about healthcare. This is actually the San Diego Association of Realtors. This is their website with Impact Health Sharing. So they've actually joined our company so they could go out and offer Impact as a member benefit to all the agents in their association. So your platform would look just like this, only instead of it having their logo on it, it would have your company logo or your picture or your family's picture on there. And watch the simplicity of this. All you would need to do is put in the date of birth of the oldest person in the family. Let's say it's March 10th, 1989. How many people that are in the family? Let's say it's 3 plus. Click on Get Quote, and it's going to go out and generate a quote for that family. In this example, for that family of 3 plus, anywhere from $404 a month to $576, depending on which PRA they choose, which is like a combined family deductible. Now, if they like what they see, you don't need to be the healthcare expert. You can simply just put them in as a lead, name, email, phone number, click on Learn More, and somebody from Impact Health Sharing will give them a call and help them get any questions they have answered on your behalf. Now, let's take a look at the rest of the portal. This is mine and my wife's portal. You see we got our dog on the website with us there too. Let's say that we have a potential client moving into a property that's looking to get internet set up. Here's the simplicity of this. Here in Dallas, Fort Worth, Spectrum is a big provider where we live. They can just click on Spectrum right here on the portal. They can just put in their address right here. It'll search all the programs, all the rates that are available, right at their property, and they can select their installation date literally right from the portal, right from the website. Let me give you another example. Let's say somebody's interested in home security. I know we've got some PNC agents that are on the call today. Every time you do a homeowner's policy, you ask your client, do you have home security? If the answer is yes, they get a discount on their homeowner's policy. If the answer is no, imagine sending them the link saying, listen, take a look at this, check it out. If it's something that works out for you, call me back, let me know, and I'll apply the discount to your homeowners. So they can just go right through your portal. We've got lots of great, value added promotions right now. They've got buy a camera, get one free. The client gets a $100 gift card. You get a $150 gift card for the referral. The client gets free installation, free activation, but they can go right here in the portal, just look to see what's available. And if they like what they see, they dial the 877 number. Your phone doesn't ring. Vivint's phone rings. They give your customer a customized quote. And if they like what they hear, they sign them up as your customer. So as you guys can see, just really user friendly, very simple as far as, again, just turning these referrals into revenue. But how do you get, and also it doesn't cost the customer anything at all to be part of the program. Nobody has to be an ACN member to benefit from the services. It's free for somebody to become a customer. They're just using your platform and making it easier for them to get connected to these services. Now, here's what it costs to get started as a distributor. It's $299 one time for somebody to get set up and start, own, and operate their own ACN business. The only operating cost at all is $25 a month. They set up the website, they host it, they update it, they do the customer service. All we do is create the connections. And it's a willable, sellable asset. If something happens to me, my family inherits my residual income and the business I've been building for the last 19 years. Now, training and support, that's the key to anything. We have a phenomenal onboarding class, and we teach you step by step how to do this, how to get a customer, how to use the website, how to talk to people, what to say. But we've got a few people on the call here today that I'd love to have them share their story on how they've been utilizing this as a tool in their toolbox and how it's benefited clients that they've worked with. And the first person I'd love to have share is actually Adrian Carrillo out of the Dallas-Fort Worth market. And, Adrian, if you can share a little bit about yourself.
Perfect. Thank you very much for letting me share. I'm a real estate investor and also a licensed realtor. So when I took a look at this about 8 months ago, it just made a lot of sense. We're all having to pay these bills. My tenants have to pay these bills. Some of our properties are all utilities paid. So when I plugged into this system, the first thing that came to mind is I'm just going to set up all the electricity. We just finished building a 40 unit complex. And what that allowed us to do was put all the electricity through those 40 units, all the spectrum, internet through those 40 units, and that enabled us to increase the NOI. And there's a spot on the T12 that says other income, right? We either put in where we're making our money. We all know we're making money on rent, but now you can put if you're making money on parking, maybe making money on laundry. Well, now I get to put other on all that residual income plus the bonuses that you get paid up front for that. So it just made a lot of sense for us. It also helps our tenants save money, which is good for us to make sure they can pay rent. We love that. And then as a realtor, when I help somebody buy a home, I immediately offer them the opportunity to go through our portal and get connected to those services. So it's kind of a white glove service we've kind of implemented in the system. So I just think it's an amazing opportunity. And over the years, or over the months rather, we've been able to grow that, sharing it with other realtors to 95 partners. And now we're getting paid on 1,300 customers at the moment. And, it's all due to the training and support here that we get. And then to top it off, I saved 12,000 on Impact Health. So it's just a huge, huge no-brainer for us. It's been great. And thank you for letting me share.
No, appreciate you sharing, Adrian. I love that. Increased your NOI, and instead of having to increase your client's rent, your tenant's rent, you were able to go out and create that additional income through the utilities of your own properties and love your savings on impact. We also have Brian White on the call here today, good friend of mine, a big influencer here in DFW in the real estate space. And Brian's had a lot of success with our program. Brian, love to have you share a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, thanks for that, Jeff. So I'm also a realtor in the DFW area. We own a co-working space in Flower Mound. We've been with Impact for just over 2 years now, and we've taken advantage on the front end and the back end. So we've been an Impact customer for a couple of years now. Our family of five moved to Impact, and we've saved more than $12,000 a year. I mean, $12,000 a year, that's a lot of money. We recently moved to Flash for mobile, and we've saved that same group, four of the five phones, we've saved $200 a month in on our phone bill. Surprise, we were that was awesome. We did that without any drop in coverage or service quality or anything like that. So we were kind of almost expecting that, but that wasn't the case. So huge win for us financially on the savings side. But we've seen a huge win on the other side from a revenue perspective. We now have 183 business partners, more than 2,200 service points. So yeah, like Melissa's saying, more than 14K in our savings in our pocket that we had to keep, not counting all the revenue we get on the other side. So now my son Dylan, who's on the call, is also in business with us. We're doing this as a family thing, so it's been huge, and it's all been thanks to the systems and training and support that we've gotten from the Rockstar team. So it's been awesome.
And Brian, I know you have a client that the other day, utilized the concierge portion, got the services set up, and actually said, "Hey, how do you make money at this? Can I do it too?"
That's totally right. Yeah. So, and I didn't have to approach them. They approached them about the service, and then they approached me about partnering and getting into business. So they were super excited too.
I love that. And look, just the power of the systems. We also have Missy Potter on the call here today. And, Missy, I'd love to have you share a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jeff, and good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Missy Potter. I'm out of the Maine market, and I saw this opportunity almost 2 years ago now, and it made perfect sense to me. I own a bookkeeping and business consulting firm, and I saw the value in it for all the reasons that you heard here today. I saw where I could bring this to my clients. I saw where it could help my household. and family and friends. My husband just retired this week, and that was part of what we were looking for. So it just completed the whole package when I saw what ACN could deliver. And I have been able to take this out and bring it to many, many people. The team has grown to 242 business partners, and together with that team, we have over 2,300 customers, and it continues to grow literally every single day. It's so exciting to be able to do that. But I've also been able to, in bringing this to my clients, save, clients hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars on their payroll processing fees. I saved a couple of clients, one client in particular, 37% on her credit card processing fees. That was huge for her. And the savings just goes on and on. And just loving what Impact brought, saving over $28,000 a year on Impact Health Share because of my husband retiring. I wasn't going to be able to stay on his plan unless we wanted to pay $2,800 a month. So this has just been a complete package in every single way for us. Thank you so much for allowing me to share, Jeff.
No, I appreciate you, Missy. And look, as we wrap things up, listening to Missy's story, I know a lot of people wonder, hey, does this work with commercial services? And absolutely, matter of fact, Missy was able to help a local hotel sign up for the electricity services and save money. How many wouldn't mind getting paid every time somebody turns on a light at a hotel? She's been able to help several businesses, with healthcare for their employees. And so appreciate everything that you do, guys. But at the end of the day, it's all about training. And so if you liked what you heard here today, the next step is, learning the implementation process. We have a great system. We'll teach you step by step how to do this. We're going to open up some breakout rooms with the individuals that invited you on the call, help you get any questions that you have answered, and really help you learn about those next steps. We also have a training that we're going to be doing right on Zoom this Saturday morning, as well as for anybody that's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area or Houston, Texas, we have live in-person trainings this Saturday morning as well. I hope everybody has a wonderful and a safe 4th of July. And let's make this financial independence weekend for all of us as well. So guys, we'll open up some breakout rooms at this point. God bless. And thanks for joining our call here.